coming up with some cool updates. Some of them being visuals and audios. We have a new sound system. Some of you are already aware of it who are listening in the AMA. We have new VFX introduced in the Arsenal, so it'll look cooler and better. And something was being developed since quite a time by the team and BB. So that's customizer. So you'll have a tab called as customizer where you can customize your own weapons. You can even put on skins on it so that you are identified as a different player. And the customizer will of course be updated with many other stuff, such as when the avatars are out, you can customize your own avatars. You can create avatars exactly which looks like you, and then you can also create avatars of any kind of imagination that you have. And once we add new weapons which will be coming with the help of digital arms, that will also include a lot of customization options, wherein you can customize the parts as well. So that is something cool. You can play with it, and you can create your own stuff which is more comfortable in handling, or which is more comfortable in going forward. And now, this was requested, and it's with great pleasure that we can say that we have done it. Now you have your own change fee system wherein you can create your own rooms or tournaments, and basically allocate any kind of fee that you want to allocate to that particular room or tournament. So, I mean, you can go in for 1 million weld, you can go in for 100 weld, 10 weld. So that's how it's going to work. So a customized creation of tournaments or rooms, which can be very much focused and helpful for the community who wants to target a specific kind of tournaments. So that was for Arsenal, and like one very important update about Arsenal is the iOS version is being prepared, and we should go live very soon with the iOS version. And once the build is done, it will be sent to the testers. And basically, yeah, it is the same as Android with some change in the scripts. So the only problem with iOS is we cannot list for now on the App Store because of a lot of regulations by Apple. We did apply for it, so we would be allowing the users or players to download the app directly to Fabwelt website. So it will be a third-party application. But yeah, it shouldn't be of a great concern because it's already secure. You can download it and play it on your Apple phones. And by this, I would say 80% of our uh, gaming accessibility should be done, which is Windows and Mac and Android and iOS. And the final remaining one would be consoles. Um, I mean, as someone in the main group raised this question that there are a couple of blockchain games already on the console. We did have a look at them. Once the iOS version is out, we'll take a look at how we can go towards the console side. It'll be great. But before that, we'll try to not we'll try. We're going to list Arsenal on Steam without the blockchain part, so that there's more exposure to the community. And we all know how important that platform is. How many good games are listed over there, and it's a very brilliant one. And once that is listed, I think we get a great exposure. So talking about exposure, I don't know how many of you know in this AMA, but IndiGG is busy with tournaments across India. So for now, it's India because IndiGG operates more on the Indian soil. So these are, uh, I mean, if I could say, use the word, these are physical tournaments and conducted in cafes and esports, I would say, hotspots, and some are in universities across India. So today there wasn't one. So the next batch of tournaments would be on 16th of March. We had on 9th, 10th, and 11th, and we got some very good impressions and feedbacks from the players who played. Basically, These are regular players and now switch to as blockchain gamers or Web3 gamers. So the feedback was very nice, and these updates, the sound system, the VFX customized and all, that should give them more boost to look into Arsenal. And from 16th of March, 16th, 17th, and 18th will be the next batch in the different parts of the country, and um, new hotspots or new cafes. So these are best selected cafes across the nation. So we should get some good players. Let's see. The tournament will last until the end of March, and we should have a final winner after the tournament ends. And I think it was Papa who requested that we have a combined tournament with the winners and the players of Arsenal gang, let's say. So we'll try to organize that once the tournament is finished. If they are, enthusiastic enough, we can set up a final tournament between the finalists and our OG players. But for now, it's going very good with NDGG, and we'll have a couple of AMAs with them. One would be Discord AMA, and we have seen the Discord is very very active, and as far as I remember, I was notified that they have created a channel named Arsenal, wherein these players who are playing Arsenal are into that channel, and they do interact with some of our players. So going on to Discord will be very cool, and then that would be followed by a Twitter space, which would be kind of more overview of the project and the company, and of course we'll talk about Arsenal as well. So yes, so who are not aware of the marketing events that we are doing, this is one of a very big one or a very cool one, because as you know, IndiGT recently raised 20 million USD in terms of token raise, and they are expanding in a very very I would say positive direction of creating something very cool around the country. Hopefully they spread their arms outside India, but capturing in India is also good to start with. But yeah, we'll see how the future looks like with IndiGG. We did some alpha testing. I'm moving out from Arsenal for now. BB is here. BB, if you want to add about something about Arsenal, you can please. You can stop me or poke me while I continue towards Fanbelt. So we did some alpha testing today with Fanbelt in the morning. I would say the app is 95% finished, and football is done. Now the team is working on the cricket side, and we are doing some kind of UI fixes. So tomorrow there'll be a closed alpha testing with a few of the team members, and we'll provide you a good update by the end of this week of what dates are we looking at and how the app is looking, stuff like that. So football is functioning now, and we have to add cricket to it because by the end of this month there is I would say the biggest tournament begins, which is Indian Premier League on the domestic level. So if you are able to, launch the beta version of the app and like a live public beta before that should be wonderful. So now, as last time we talked about how do we tackle the launch of H2 and Fanwheel, because both look like they will be ready to launch at the same time. So if it's Fanwheel, which is supposedly to be completed before IPL, we'll go with Fanbuilt, while you enjoy um both the sports, football and cricket. And then we'll provide you an update with H2O. H2O can wait for a week, maybe, probably. Uh, so since we raised the topic of H2O, now H2O, I would say the structure of H2O is almost entirely complete, and we now see a complete game. And we also did some kind of fact check or feedback or review from known people. They say the game is great, and a dedicated team is working towards on the integration of blockchain. We did integrate the basics of it today, like you'll be able to now we are able to connect wallets and select um, the networks, Polygon and BSA that we are on. And the next part should be integration of the NFTs and stuff. So this is parallel development, and the game should be ready by the end of the month. We believe so. And there are some UI fixes which we would want to do. This is why we did not provide you more updates on like kind of a video because we would want to fix the UI first and then release a trailer of S2O so that it looks much more appealing to you before the launch. And once the UI is done, I think all the ticks are completed, and we'll have the game ready, the structure of the game ready, the blockchain part ready, and the game is ready to go to look very cool, right? So yeah, so many things happening, and more on the marketing side. I again coming back to the initial stuff. There was someone named as Aga, if I'm not wrong, and they helped us. I mean, that particular. Sorry, I'll take it from now. So there was a team member called as Aga, uh, not complaining, but raising the concern about we need to do a lot of marketing to gain the reach. I understand. I also partly agree. Marketing is very much needed to spread it to the masses. But if you actually closely look into what's actually marketing is, probably for some of you, marketing is only if people are talking on the Twitter, if people are making YouTube videos, but we understood there is more branches to marketing in this space, which for now is not known, not seen on the outside. But if you work through it, that would provide or that will give us better results than simply going out to reaching out to a very famous influencer and paying them to create some kind of awareness, which is also cool. That's also a very simple and a brilliant strategy. Like for example, now with IndieGG, what's happening is we have been all these worldwide, sorry, all these countrywide tournaments are giving a lot of exposure because these cafes, the cafes have thousands of gamers who come to these cafes and play games, mostly Web2 games, right? So these cafes are now open to engage and organize tournaments for Web3 players. So all those Web2 players are being exposed to Arsenal. So knowing you are not able to see it on the screen, but what's happening behind the scenes, let's say, is there are a lot of good gamers who are now watching at Arsenal, who are trying Arsenal. So that is the ultimate aim. Um, an influencer can come and talk about us. You can tell about stuff, but what is the core utility of the token, or let's say of the project, is that we need gamers. When of course we do need holders, we need traders, we need everyone. But if you want to look at, ultimately, I know most of you would want to relate your emotions with the price of the token. So if that is the case, then the utility of the token, the core utility of the token should be strengthened in such a way that no one is going to even look at the price before. Like let's say, you want to redeem your tokens while playing Arsenal, and you need to have 1,000 wealth. So that part, uh, like let's say in the future, let's say in about a couple of months, no one will be even thinking about what is the price of the token. I need 1,000 wealth, I'll just go buy it, right? So when the price and when the buying factor is not correlated, and people have to buy willingly, not forcefully, then you would not see more fear. You will see more confidence if you are actually talking about the price of the token, if you follow me. If we are only focusing on, let's say, influential marketing, which is their audience will look at it, the price will pump, then there'll be a lot of fear that the pumping of the price is mostly to take profits of it, which is also cool. It's not correct, but then the token will sustain if the core utility of the product is more strengthened, and that's what is being done on the marketing side, which will also provide everyone, not only gamers, everyone, every holder, more confidence in moving forward and holding the token. Uh, so yes, that's it. And like we have a lot of partners who are helping us on gaining exposure to our community. Like esports is going to announce their marketplace. They were supposed to announce on 1st of March, but because of market sentiments, they delayed it. Now we've got the final date of 21st of March. So once the marketplace goes live, it is going to be very, very cool because it is going to be exposed to some very major esports organization. So like I can give you many examples of such kind of support that we're getting in terms of marketing. And it is good to do with partners because you'll have that uh, closeness with them, and not only us, we together grow, and that's what is needed in the space. And once we create a space which is so very well established with quality, that yields much better than you know paid marketing or mm, trying to lure people who are actually not emotionally connected to the project. Uh, but saying that, we'll focus more on the marketing side now, because we have two more games coming up. So there will be a mix of lot of information because now it was only Arsenal, so we had to pitch only Arsenal to the users. So let's say if we go to IndieGG now, the players will get confused. The Arsenal fan will test to what to do. So we are going to create a good campaign around it so that it's crystal clear and they understand what is the umbrella and what are the things under it. Yes, so that's about it. I think we'll have more questions. Bibi, you want to add something to this, please? Or I'll go to the questionnaire part or suggestion part or speaking to the community part. Yeah, yeah, sorry, Bibi, yes, please.
I just wanted to say that you spoke enough. Let's do questions, but uh,
Yeah, sure. Yes, people. So you guys, you people have any questions, any suggestions, anything to speak? It, I always say it doesn't have to be linked to Fabwelt or crypto. It can be anything else. Like John always speaks about what's going on in his life, which is very nice to see in the official group. So anything, it's all cool. You have any questions? I did not mention one thing though. We did have a successful pre-sale one. Pre-sale two is going, and we would begin with season soon. So we are looking for a very thrilling season one, and also last time, as I mentioned about the renting. So we should be. I mean, yeah, I think we can give us more update about it, but we should be going live with renting this month. If correct me if I'm wrong, Bibi. And that will also give a new dimension to the game Arsenal and also the upcoming games, wherein the renting mechanism will be good and people will have more ways to generate income or generate revenue. All right. So questions, people. Anything to ask? If you cannot speak, I think there's Hugh Letrunge saying that we should do marketing to non-crypto people. That's exactly is our main when I talked about IndieGG and any other marketing we do that is specifically more focused on the Web2 players. And Web2 players are non-crypto players. So since they are not very much aware of what's going on in this community in this world, we try to talk to them, educate them, in making them believe. Also, we try to collectively analyze what is the future and why do we need Web3 gaming. So such stuff does happen a lot, and it happens continuously. So the pitching to non-crypto users is our main motto because if we get them on board, and these are the real gamers out there, and if they play the game like a game really very well, bringing those Web3 players will not be very difficult. In fact, they'll come automatically. because they're already acquainted with it. And once they see there's a good quality of gamers already in, they would why do they want to miss the ship? So that's our focus. So I think now maybe you understand our core focus of marketing. So if you cannot ask questions live, you can you can even type.
Tenminste,
Ah,
mama, Isa poepen super lekker. Ik noem mama Isa poepen super lekker.
William, your children have some questions, I guess.
Ja, maar
Oh no, no, it's me. Hi
No
guys.
problem. Hi.
Hey, I've got a question.
Yes,
When
please.
can we expect collectible NFTs? Maybe you answered
Mhm.
already, but
Yeah, sure. With collectible NFTs is
Mhm.
okay. So now, if I'm very transparent about this, so we have a functionality that has to be developed on our marketplace, right? And that functionality is very much needed for the collectibles.
Mhm.
So we are developing that. So this is why we did not launch the collectibles. And once that is developed, we will be able to mint the collectibles, and then you should be seeing them live. I cannot give you an estimated time because there's so many stuff going on, but
Mhm.
there is already work in progress on that side. Otherwise,
Yeah.
last time when I spoke, not last time, before that, I told you what will be the series of NFT drops on the marketplace, and this is why the collectibles have been halted. But very soon they'll be live on the marketplace.
Yeah. Okay, no worries. I'm a
Yeah,
big
we'll
fan,
begin with
so
emojis.
keep up the good work.
Yeah, yeah, thank you, Vidam.
Okay, okay.
You keep supporting, we'll keep up the good work.
Yep. Thanks, mate.
No problem, man. Have a good day. Uh, can you detail the utility of Dino NFTs? Yes, Chappy. Dino NFTs come with the utility of accessibility, let's say. So you will be, I mean, in the coming times, there'll be levels of weapons and there'll be levels of other collectibles, assets, etc. So you should be able to buy all the top tier, let's say, if I give an example, top tier weapons, which are going to come later on. uh, I mean, if you do not have the Dynavolt NFTs, you have to work hard or you have to reach to a level to unlock those in the weapon shop. But if you hold a Dynavolt NFTs, you'll be able to get direct access to them. So that's the first utility for now. But the utilities would be added in the upcoming time, looking at how the games behave and what more we can take out from the other games. I think I answered your question, Chappy. If I did, give me a
Okay,
thumbs
thank
up.
you.
Otherwise, you can. Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank
No
you.
problem.
Uh, I wanted to know is that for the NFT utility is for the whole system, for the whole Fabwelt system, or also in Arsenal valid, and also in the other
Yeah,
sport.
understood. It's for the whole system. This is why, these are kind of underdogs, the Dino World NFTs. People do not have idea what it can become in the future. So if you hold it once, let's say now you have it in your wallet. For now, you'll be able to unlock weapons. You'll be okay with it. But with every upcoming game, that will give you a gateway uh, to something more. So in the future, it will become very, very valuable.
So,
Yep. Thank you, Chappy. I'm reading another question from Bisky. It says, can you explain how the use of NFTs as consumable utilities in the Fabwell's games adds a new level of strategy for players and how this strategy differs from traditional gaming strategies? Can you walk us through the process of earning ultra rare NFTs through staking the Fabwell token and how the incentives tokens holders? Okay, I'll answer the first question first. So, consumables are, to be very honest, consumables are not very different concept if you see, we have seen strategic power-ups in the games that we play. Like, let's say if you play a racing game, and it's somewhere in the middle of the track, you get a speed boost or you get a nitro boost. This is something like that. So how it works in Web3 is we have changed those strategic power-ups to NFTs. They provide kind of very focused strategies, I would say. Like, last week we were testing, and the testers did raise this question of why do I have to use them? Why do I need them? The timing of the power up, wherein, like, for example, freeze was for 10 seconds, and the gamers wanted more. Of course, we have created this based on what we think, but ultimately it is for the gamers. If you think this has to change, it has to have more ability, or it has to function in a different dynamics, that will be done. So the idea is to give uh, an extra way of using your skill or your brains. uh, Maybe it can be seen in a direction. Why do I need to spend 150 weld, 200 weld, 500 weld according to the current price, right? I can win the game without them. But uh, if you have these utilities, your chances of winning that particular battle increases, at least on the paper, and it all comes down to your skill against your opponent's skills. So how you use it, because it can also be used on you. So if you're going out in a team, and if you strategize with your team, and as I've said this before, that you can identify a weakness of an opponent, and you can use those specific NFTs on the opponent. So if you're working as a team, and if you've identified one weakness in every opponent that you're playing, and if you're able to use them successfully, at least even, let's say, more than 50%, you win that battle. So in crucial tournaments, let's say you do not use in the group stages, but then you were able to use them in a very good way in the, like, let's say, knockout stages or semifinals, that would take you to the finals. And that 150 welt, which probably cost now, if I calculate it, it's about 99 cents. I don't know, whatever it is, less than a dollar. So you will be, getting the chance to back the grand prize, which will be, of course, much higher than the spend that you have done on these NFTs. Let's say if you did not do, and your opponents actually made you sleep by using these NFTs during the knockout stages. So just because you did not, you were confused, and maybe your brain did not act well to use these NFTs, you lose the opportunities of backing the grand prize. Of course, you are not losing anything here. You can come back and participate in new tournaments, but yeah, why lose chances? So that's the idea of NFTs, of consumables for now. And these consumables are also universal. Like, let's say in Fanwelt we have a consumable called as double captain. So when you select your team, uh, let's say there are 10 players in the room, and you have, like, the probability of getting points, right? Let's say you have the best player, and let's say if you understand football, you have the levels of Messi or Ronaldo or Neymar or whatever, who has the probability of scoring the more goals, and you use double NFT on it. So you winning in that room gives you higher chances of taking the prizes back, and it costs you $1, but because of that $1, you may gain back 50, $100, depending upon the room size. It can be thousand, $10,000 as well. So you have to think it's all on you. We provide what you can choose from. Where and how you choose it, it's all on you. And I gave you example of Fanbuild, so this will be applied to H2O, then more games. So even if you have $1 one NFT, you can use across all the games. So it's not much of an investment, and it will not harm you so much if you get into consumables. So that's the idea. I hope I answered your first question. Second question, I'll get back to you. I'll get back at the end probably before the AMA ends. Can we expect Arsenal with TPP mode? If we have, we will get Indian market easily. We don't need any other marketing if we have TPP mode. Vivi, do you understand this? If you want to take up this question, okay. Vivi, you cannot speak. All right. So Black Ghost, I'll get back to you with this. I need to, ask BB. He's the one who decides about Arsenal, and we will answer you on the TG. And I think from there, if you have more questions on the answers, you can ask again. Okay. Squid is asking how multiplier NFTs work and what type of boosts or multipliers they can provide to a player's gaming experience. Yeah, so multiplier NFTs are basically multipliers, to be honest. So you have these are created for renting primarily. So let's say if you have a 5x multiplier and when the rental portal is ready, and you do not want to play the game, you can basically rent out these NFTs to scholars who do not want to buy the multiplier NFTs, but want to use it for a couple of days or a week or a month or whatever. And so that was the primary reason to make multiplier NFTs. But also, you can use them and you can stake it in your you can keep it in your wallet and play the game. So basically, you can have tokens which will provide you, if you take the tokens, it will provide you multipliers, or you can have multiplier NFTs which will provide you multipliers. So you choose whatever is suitable for you, right? All right. Again, Bisky asks, how does the rental NFT mechanism work, and what benefits does it offer to users compared to traditional NFT purchases? Yes, so rental NFT is pretty basic, but then it comes with uh, good flexibility to the owner because the owner can basically choose the revenue, the revenue percentages, like for example, how much of the revenue generated with the multipliers will go to the owner and go to the scholars and the guilds. So that flexibility is very much important because we do not want to limit your way of presenting. You can it's kind of a marketplace where you're selling your product for the most suitable version. So that is how it is going to work, and you'll be able to do basically everything. And you can also even cancel the renting from if your scholar is not playing, and then you get your money back and stuff like that. We will list out. We will create a whole article about it. We'll create a demo about it before it goes live, so you get more idea on what I'm talking about. Right. Okay. More
Hi,
questions.
I have a
Yes, Papa,
question.
please. Yeah, sure.
I have a question for this is with regards on NFT multipliers. We just want to know, is it limited supplies? Let's say 100 times 10 multipliers times 9, 100 times 9, so on and so forth. We just need to know if it is a limited supply.
Yes, the multiplier NFTs initially uh, will be, of course, with limited supply, but it all depends on what demand do we have because we do not want to create a demand which cannot be met. Sorry, a supply which cannot be met. So I cannot give you the numbers for now, but surely it is going to be a limited supply so that there is a bit of supply demand balance.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, Baba.
I got another
Mhm.
question
Sure,
related
sure,
to
sure, sure. Please.
NFTs, to the multiplier NFTs.
Yeah.
It's related to staking. Will staking remain the same, and for how much time? will staking multiplier function along NFT multipliers?
Oh, yes, this is a brilliant question. This is something which took us a lot of time to decide on. Uh, Now, there are there are some benefits of staking tokens, and there are also some non-benefits of staking tokens. With multipliers, it's the same. There are some benefits of having the multipliers, and there are some non-benefits of having multipliers. Now, if I talk about token staking, uh, if you stake the tokens, you have a multiplier in the game, but then you cannot rent out for now. We are also, I mean, we are trying to remove the non-benefits that are there, wherein you will also be able to rent out your tokens, right? For now, we are keeping it to NFTs. So if you stake 500,000 welt, you get a 10x multiplier, but you will not be able to go onto the renting portal and generate the passive income. The second benefit of staking is it is directly linked with the trading. So if there is price appreciation, for example, and we want to keep the staking dynamic in such a way that, let's say, for example, if wealth reaches to $1, example, right? So 500,000 wealth would not make sense. So it will be dynamic. So the number of wealth to be staked will reduce. So you can basically sell, you can keep less tokens that will generate you some kind of income. If you sell, you take profits and then you have some more money. Uh, with NFTs, you cannot do that. Of course, then, I mean, depending upon the demand, there will be price appreciations. Like the number of staked wealth and NFTs will have a correlation in pricing, but then you cannot, like, if the price of the wealth goes up, you cannot take profits out of the NFTs. So this is why it depends. It solely depends on what is your requirement. Like if you are not playing the game, and if you just want to be an owner, and take part in kind of a renting company, and you buy out 10 multiplier NFTs, right? And then you give it out to scholars, guilds who are buying it from you. So, and going towards NFT sites should be your strategy. But if you are a gamer and you want to play the game, so staking tokens. This is my personal opinion, right? Staking tokens will give you, you know, better outputs. But then as well, you can choose both. You can have tokens staked. You can also have NFTs bought, which you rent it out. So yeah, that's my answer, Chapi. But yes,
Great.
there's more refinement going on. We did have like many meets on this, and we came down to a fair pricing and fair, let's say, conditions on both the part, because it shouldn't be unbalanced. But once it's out, we know we are going to get good feedbacks. Based upon that, we will keep it dynamic so that it changes until unless everyone is satisfied, right?
Okay, thank you. In my
Yeah.
opinion, my personal opinion, I think to keep the staking like it is now, for at least for the beginning, it's the best way because it combines an investor with a gamer, and I think this combination will bring more to the
Mm-hmm.
community, marketing
Yes,
wise,
yes.
and yeah.
Of course, of course. Noted, man. Thank you. All right. Yeah, so now I go back to the question from Squid. No, it was Bisky. So the question was, can you walk us through the process of earning ultra rare NFTs through staking the Fabwelt token, and how this incentivizes token holders to participate in the platform? Uh, like it was some very long time ago, I talked about a special series NFTs, and we wanted to do an INO. Market has changed maybe 99% since then in terms of how NFTs are done. So during the time we thought about doing INOs, it was perfectly suiting, but We saw what 2022 gave us in terms of negative things happening. So we did not do. But this idea of uh, of earning ultra rare NFTs and staking all these terms is so very unique that it is very rarely seen on the chain. Probably, I think we discussed this idea with a couple of people. Probably some have has already done it, but it will be very very wonderful once we do it. If I can be open, it's been a long time we did not open a discussion about it within the team because all these things are going on and we wanted to do an INO on it very much. So since this is brought up, we have to go back, and we would want to, give you because it's brilliant, brilliant, and it's a very interesting idea, and everyone would love it to follow it, and the investment will surely yield something very nice for the community. So let me note it down, and we get back. Once we launch H2O and Fanwell, because that's now, to be honest, our priority, along with what's going on with Arsenal. And then it would be like there will be no waves for us to control the ship, so it will just be on autopilot. So that time we can focus on these NFT part, and yeah, we'll discuss more about it. Fine. So I think I answered your question, Bisky. uh yes, that's it. Any questions, people? Right. Anything to discuss, to talk about? Any complaints, maybe? Anything I'm missing to include in this AMA, please let me know.
Hi Abhishek, can you hear me?
Yes, highlight. How are you? This is
Yeah,
your new TG
sorry,
again?
yeah, I've been having issues with my Telegram account. I can't even send a message in the group now. That's why I didn't
Oh,
request before I can speak.
okay, sure, please.
Yeah, so my questions is as regards the game. I want to know something because I played recently. I played the game a few times. I want to know
Mm-hmm.
those people playing the game. Like, if I'm using a mobile phone now, and a friend of mine is using
Mm-hmm.
a PC, like, is the game just for people that are playing mobile to mobile, or even those people also using PC are together with those people using mobile? I don't even understand what I'm saying. Like, is everything
No.
integrated together? Because I know PUBG, like, people that are playing with PC, they also play with people that are also playing with PC, and those that are on mobile are also playing against guys that are also using a mobile too.
Mm-hmm. So I'm actually not clearly able to understand, but you're saying there is a bit of, I would say, off between mobile and PC, and probably you're saying PC mobile is more competitive to play than PC. Am I correct, or am
What
I
I'm
wrong?
saying, people imagine I want to go and play the game and I create a room. People that join the game are the only people. If I'm playing with a mobile, I create a room with a mobile phone now. If those people that are joining the game, can they join just with a phone, or people with PC also can join?
Oh, yes, now I get your question. So it's a common user base, right? It doesn't matter if you're on which device, you can join any room from any device. If you're playing with PC, you'll see the exactly same rooms. If you're playing with mobile, you see the exactly same rooms. So it doesn't matter. Yeah, but the questions that we gotten before is like, we always wanted to have a common base because of what was demanded by the community. Sometimes mobile users find it more friendly and optimized to play, and sometimes PC people find it more optimized and friendly to play. So this still we are working on to make it so very even that it will not matter on common grounds, but it all depends on what the user feels. So yeah, that's my answer.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for the answer. And also, I asked lately on Discord, because since I couldn't chat here on Telegram again, I actually asked on Discord because I was
Okay.
in the contest on that ended recently, and on that platform they asked us to just claim our reward after the contest. The the fourth to tenth position got wealth and they distributed the reward like that. But I don't know how to really go about it. See that immediately we claim it, it's supposed to appear because I've not been seeing mine in my wallet, so I don't know what to do.
This is for which alpha guilty?
Yeah.
Uh, Light for which contest are you asking about?
You just said it and I said alpha guilty now.
Yeah, I did not listen. I'm sorry. Okay, fine. I did not clearly understand what you say, but if you put that in Discord and raise a ticket, please, I would go and check it, and I'll forward it to Alpha Guilty, and your issue should be resolved in 1 or 2 days, probably.
Okay, okay, no problem. I
Yeah.
just thought it was from the team.
No, we'll do it. No problem at all. Thank you for bringing it up today.
Thank you very
I'll
much.
make sure that you get your rewards.
Okay, thank you, sir. That's all.
Thank you. All right. Any more questions, people? Anything to ask? No questions? All right. So I think we had a good AMA. We'll go back to the main TG and we'll check if there are any more questions, and as usual, we'll answer them. So just before leaving, Priyanshu has asked, can anyone can buy multiplier NFTs even he's not staking any single bill? Sure, Priyanshu, that is the idea of it. You can buy multiplier NFTs when they go live from the marketplace, and it has no prerequisites that you need to hold Welt or whatever. But of course, you'll need Welt to buy them. Yeah. So yes, again, thank you for joining. It's always a pleasure to speak to you people. It was lovely today, and hopefully by the next AMA, I should give you some very good news about developments and tournaments and what's going on. And yeah, until then, take care. Keep supporting. It's a good time to go forward. We'll see you in 2 weeks. That would be Twitter Space. Thank you, people. Have a good day. Bye bye.